Welcome back, watch fans. We're talking about Audemars Piguet. We're talking about Patek Philippe today, Rolex, and FP Journe, independent watches. Right, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Unbelievable, but true. On the wrist, Audemars Piguet day date, moon phase, the owl, two-tone, unbelievable time machine. You know, I've had this for, what is it, five plus years, 6 years maybe, right? Unbelievable, but true. Now, look, when you subscribe to this channel, when you join as a member, you'll learn to get in on the ground floor of MegaTrends. Now, this watch was only $7,000 when I bought it. You know, it hit a high of 30,000. Today, it's in the 20s. Where is it going? Where the price is going? You're gonna find out in this video. But if you join the channel, you will learn about such trends and how you can profit. That's right. You will learn to profit from these MegaTrends. Okay. Massive generational trends so that you can create generational wealth. Generational wealth, that's right. Generational wealth with watches. Can it happen? Who knows? I'm not here to give investment advice. I just know that, certain things are happening. I have a good sense. I have a certain sense. I have algorithms. I have AI. I don't know what I have, but yeah. Anyway, let's talk about why brand strength is important. How does it relate to Audemars Piguet and Patek Philippe specifically? Why do I like these brands as opposed to, independent watches? A couple of reasons. One is when you have a strong brand, like whether it's Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, even Vacheron, they've developed a strong reputation over, in some cases, 200 years almost, right? That means that, parts are available. There is, people, they're so familiar with the brand, they feel comfortable buying it, right? It's been around so long, they feel comfortable. They feel the company's been around. Yeah, and in some way, they feel, hey, if something goes wrong, they can get the watch serviced. And, in the case of Patek, yeah, they'll service whatever you have, right? Try servicing a HYT or a Resonance, those watches in 10 years. If they break and those companies are out of business, who's going to service those high-tech watches? Or even FP Journe? Well, I don't know, FP Journe, right? So here's the thing, right? The strength of the brand really matters. In the case of Audemars Piguet, I believe, and I'm going to give you a contrast here. I'm going to give you a contrast between Patek and Audemars, and some others. In the case of in the case of Audemars, they are doing some incredible innovative things. I've made a couple of videos about it. Now, I actually hate the people in the company. That guy, Francois, whatever his name is, the French fart king. The guy was a piece of shit, and they're a bunch of scumbags. That's what they are. But they make great watches in terms of the Royal Oak. I think the Coda 1159 has some potential also. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? See, don't try this at home, kids. This is very, specialized stuff. You can only do this whilst wearing a Royal Oak. Now, they're doing incredibly innovative things in terms of, metal colors, sand-colored gold. I don't think a lot of you realize the significance of that. That creates a whole new category. You got the incredible innovations that they're doing with, partnerships. Then they got the celebrity bullshit stuff, a lot of stuff they're doing, right? And what it does is it creates a halo effect for the brand. That's right. It creates a halo effect. It makes everything about the brand, it elevates everything, right? All of a sudden everything looks a lot better, right? The whole innovation, the sexiness, the heat, it all rubs off on the brand. Patek, on the other hand, Patek is kind of a little bit sleepy. They're not doing anything new and innovative. They're really not. They're just doing a lot of the same old that they've been doing for, the last whatever. Now, I am bullish on Audemars Piguet because I like what they're doing. They are in touch with the zeitgeist. They understand what their customer wants. Their customer is kind of, they're wealthier people, right? They're guys who are driving the Lambos, pretty much, right? Patek is, I think they're in trouble, to be honest. I think they're in trouble. So again, because of that halo effect, I'm very comfortable with prices of vintage Audemars Royal Oaks. Very, very comfortable right now with AP Royal Oaks because of that whole halo effect, which I believe is going to, act as a level of support for the watch. By the way, one other thing about these brands, yeah, they do manipulate the market. That's right. They manipulate the market, which supports the valuations in the secondary market. So Rolex, Patek, they go out and they do buy watches in the secondary market at auctions to prop up prices, to prop up secondary market values. Can you imagine that? Just like the Federal Reserve, and their PPT, the Plunge Protection Team. What do? What does the Federal Reserve do? Well, anytime the stock market looks like it might collapse into an abyss, the Fed goes in and manipulates the market. They start buying calls, they start buying futures, they start buying index futures, I should say. And that props up the market. That brings up all stocks higher. So, look, how do I know this? Well, look, I'm part of the Illuminati, my friends. I am on the Illuminati board of directors. And they gave me this watch actually for my fifth. After 5 years, they give you a Audemars Piguet. So, Audemars Piguet is doing all the right things, and that rubs off on all their other watches. What about Patek? Well, I am worried. I frankly am worried. Now, I'm positioned a little bit heavy in Patek. I have 5 Patek Philippes, 5 Pateks. Unbelievable, but true. Now they're not all heavy hitters. Only one of them is a heavy hitter, and one of them is a medium hitter, and the rest are just vintage, nice little vintage pieces from the 60s and 70s. But here's why I'm worried about Patek. I do not like the direction they're going. The designs that they have right now they suck. Okay, Patek design, the modern Patek, they're very confused. They're very, very confused. Forget about the Nautilus. That doesn't count. And by the way, the Nautilus design, I've been saying it's a kitschy. It's a joke. The Nautilus is really a joke, and people are going to realize that. When people realize that, when they wake up, those Nautilus prices are going to fall through the floor. They're going to collapse. And Patek, the Patek people are not going to support the market. Patek will not support the Nautilus or the Aquanaut market. By the way, the Aquanaut is a piece of garbage. I mean, if you wear an Aquanaut, you really are a peasant. I mean, that watch is for people who are pure trash. Now, in terms of their design right now, here's the problem with their design. It's a little bit like JLC. If you look at JLC, Jaeger LeCoultre, what is the problem with JLC? Well, they're doing these dress watches that are too big. They're like 40 millimeter for a dress watch. They're a little bit too thick. Some of them are quite a little bit awkward, but they have a lot of interesting things, right? That's the problem. They got kind of some interesting elements, but they're just, something is wrong. Like example, 5396R, the 5396. That's that annual calendar. Now the one with the rose gold, the baguettes, markers. Now I had that watch, right? Now the problem with that watch is the lugs were too big. The case was just a little bit too big. It just didn't wear properly on the wrist. Something was off. Something about the dial. I mean, it's beautiful at first when you see it, but then when you understand it, it just does. The colors are not balanced. The blue diamonds, the blue dial, the sunburst, the diamonds, and the rose gold it just doesn't mix, in my opinion. Okay, it just doesn't mix. So I ended up trading it in for the 3940. I think I did okay on that trade, actually. I know I did okay, because the market for the 3940 took off, and the 3940 is the real classic, right? So again, how did I know to do that? Well, when you join the channel, when you invest $4.95, you get access to our member-only videos. You become a baron. You can tell all your friends that they have to call you baron right now, because you'll be an aristocrat. We're going to have other things we're going to be adding. We're going to have other benefits to be added. Other benefits will be added for the aristocracy. But the peasant classes are going to be left out in the cold. The peasants are going to be left out in the cold. By the way, guys, I don't know if you appreciate that. I'm putting my life in danger doing this video, because you never know. You really never know when one of these things decides to come tumbling down, right? You don't know, right? You really don't. So back to the thing. So the Patek designs are all ugly, and that concerns me, because the brand, I believe, is going to start going cold. If the brand goes cold, okay, if Patek goes cold, if they go ice cold, which I believe they're in danger, I believe it's in danger of happening, that's going to have a spillover effect on the older models. That's right. It's going to have a spillover effect on the older models. Yeah, whether it's the perpetual, whether it's the vintage watches, yeah, it will. It will. Absolutely. The brand is going to get damaged. The brand will get damaged if they keep going in this direction with these kind of like modern shitter designs. I don't know who's buying these watches. I don't know what kind of window lickers or crayon eaters are buying them. I don't feel comfortable with it, to be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable. I may have to shift out of Patek. Now, again, this type of insight you're only going to get when you join the channel, because there's a lot of things I'm going to be saying that are going to be only for the members, only for the aristocracy, not for the peasants. The peasants do not deserve access to my wisdom, my prophecies. That's right, spiritual enlightenment from the emperor of all horology. That's right. That's my official title now. I've been upgraded from the colonel to emperor. That's right. See that? I went from being a colonel of fried chicken to being an emperor of all horology. How? I crowned myself, like Napoleon said in that movie. I found the crown of France in the gutter. I lifted it up with the tip of my sword, and now I place it atop my own head. I actually memorized that line. It was a good line with Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix, pretty good actor. He's actually a pretty good actor. River Phoenix's brother, a very talented actor. Very strange though. He's got a weird accent. I mean, he's supposed to be French. I don't know where he sounds like he's from like Queens or something. Really kind of bizarre. I don't know if that's his natural speaking style. I don't know. I've never heard him. I've never met him. I never had the pleasure, or actually I should say, he's never had the privilege of meeting the emperor in person to try to impress me with his language skills. But yeah, I'm concerned about Patek Philippe. And that's the problem also when you're not very, very diversified, right? Even though we're all about diversity, equity, and inclusion and being woke, my collection is not diverse. We got a lot of Pateks in the collection. We need more watches of color. That's right. We need some. We need to diversify into Audemars Piguet. We need to reposition the portfolio. The portfolio needs to be repositioned into Audemars Piguet and something else. I'm thinking that the 3940 is going to go into service. Okay, this is my thoughts. I'm going to share this with the aristocracy. But the 3940 is going to go into service, and I'm going to sell it in the plastic, straight out of the service, right? And of course, I got all the box papers and everything. Which, by the way, that's what the aristocrats do. Not like Archie Luxury. The peasant Archie Luxury claims to be an expert, buys modern Patek with no box papers, nothing, and it's got a chip on the crystal. I mean, who does that? Not aristocrats. That's right. Aristocrats don't do that. Why? Well, when you invest $4.95, you will understand. You will understand, my friends. You will become enlightened. So anyway, I'm probably going to switch out of the 3940 into a perpetual from a brand I will announce later. That's right. I will be making an important trade. I might also trade in. Let me see what else. Yeah, I'm gonna be making some moves in the next few months. Moves will be made, and the members will be alerted first, because I don't want peasants to know these deep secrets of the universe. The secrets of the universe are only for the aristocracy. Unbelievable, but true.